How often do we stop to contemplate the profound impact of grief in our modern society? Do we even recognize its many faces? Welcome to an exploration of one of human life's most universal, yet often misunderstood experiences: grief. Grief, a simple word that encapsulates a complex amalgam of emotions. In essence, grief is the natural response to loss. It's the emotional suffering one feels when something or someone the individual loves is taken away. It's a universal human experience, yet it's often shrouded in misunderstanding and stigma. Grief doesn't just show up in the face of physical loss like death. It can also occur as a response to symbolic or social losses such as divorce or loss of a job. The more significant the loss, the more intense the grief. Yet it's important to remember that grief is also very personal. No two people grieve in the same way. Grief manifests in numerous ways. It's not a one-size-fits-all emotion. There's the emotional side of grief, which can include feelings of sadness, anger, guilt, and fear. Then there's the physical side, which can encompass symptoms like fatigue, nausea, lowered immunity, weight loss or weight gain, aches and pains, and insomnia. It's also crucial to remember that grief is not linear. It doesn't follow a set timeline or progression. The 5 stages of grief model, proposed by Swiss psychiatrist Elisabeth Kubler-Ross, is often misunderstood as a strict sequential process. Yet in reality, these stages, denial, anger, bargaining, depression, and acceptance, can occur in any order and cycle back as needed. In our modern society, grief is becoming increasingly complicated. Our fast-paced world often doesn't leave room for the slow process of grieving. We're expected to move on quickly, to get over it and return to our regular lives. This societal pressure can often lead to complicated grief, a condition where grief is prolonged and significantly interferes with one's ability to function. So why don't more people know about grief? Part of it is our society's discomfort with death and loss. We don't like to talk about these things. They're uncomfortable, they're sad, they're scary. But by avoiding these conversations, we're doing a disservice to those who are grieving. Understanding grief, recognizing its many manifestations, and acknowledging the time it takes to heal are all crucial steps towards creating a more compassionate society. By educating ourselves about grief, we become better equipped to support those around us who are grieving. So, let's challenge ourselves to learn about grief, to talk about it, to normalize it. Because grief, like love, is a fundamental part of the human experience. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and share this video to help spread awareness about grief. Together, we can make a difference. Thank you for joining us on this journey of understanding and empathy. Until next time.